Welcome everyone to this series about the introduction to LD debates. My name is Mihir, and I'm glad to see you all here. So what is LD? LD stands for Lincoln Douglas debate, and I'll get into why it's called Lincoln Douglas later in this video, but I'll refer to it as LD for the sake of this video. LD is a solo debate event, one person versus one person. Super intuitive. Think of a presidential election style debate. We have one affirmative speaker agreeing with the resolution or topic, and one negative speaker disagreeing with the topic. So, for example, if our topic was vanilla ice cream is the best flavor of ice cream, the affirmative speaker would say yes, vanilla ice cream is the best ice cream flavor and give us reasons why, while the negative speaker would disagree with that topic and try to disprove the affirmative's arguments. These topics come out every 2 months, and they last for 2 months, but they're obviously more complicated than just ice cream. Example LD topics include universal healthcare, autonomous weapons, private appropriation of outer space, and every LD debater around the country debates the exact same topic for that 2-month period. It gives us a good balance of in-depth research, but also a nice variety of topics throughout the year. Each LD debate is about 45 minutes to 50 minutes long, and in these debates, we tackle issues that are about conflicting values or ethics. So let's discuss why it's called Lincoln Douglas as promised earlier. And this dates back to 1858 when Abraham Lincoln challenged Stephen Douglas for the Senate seat in the state of Illinois. Lincoln challenged Douglas to debate, and their debate was about slavery, the most famous moral dilemma in American history. And that is why in LD we discuss morals and ethics. Our debates are less about the implementation and more about what is right versus wrong, just versus unjust. So, for example, if our topic was that the US should ban guns in the United States, LD is more about whether we should or should not ban guns. Is it right to have guns? Is it wrong to have guns? Rather than how we'd actually go about implementing that ban. So it's more about what we should do rather than how we actually go about doing it. So when we discuss these ethics in LD, we end up getting conflicting ethical frameworks or ideas. Things like justice, morality, equality, democracy, autonomy, etc. Debaters not only have to tackle their specific topics, their specific evidence, but also weigh between different ways of viewing the world. Do we prioritize equality, or do we prioritize helping the most people possible? Do we prioritize helping the least well off, or do we prioritize making sure everyone has basic liberty and property? These are all things that we tackle in LD. And lastly, let's go over what skills you learn in LD. You overall become a much better communicator. You learn to become a much better, more persuasive speaker. Being able to use pathos and ethos more convincingly. You'll be able to stitch logical arguments and analytical arguments together to be more convincing in the real world. You'll be a much better listener. You'll be able to hear what someone says and be able to deconstruct the strengths and weaknesses of their points and their arguments. You'll become a much better researcher. You'll have in-depth study, but also a variety of topics in LD, which will help you inside and outside the classroom. You'll become much better at managing time, but not just like in reality, but also when you're speaking. You'll be able to prepare for a short amount of time to speak for a long period of time. And when you speak, you'll be able to use and allocate your time very strategically and effectively. And lastly, you'll become a much more confident person as a speaker, as a listener, but generally as a citizen of this world, as a more knowledgeable person, as a more articulate person, as a person that can stand for issues in the real world. So with that being said, I'm excited to begin this LD journey with you. Can't wait to see you in the next video, where we will talk about the structure of an LD debate. Thank you.